1.5. Wow, not 10.5. 1.5. Okay, so that's good enough. I won't take too much time on this, as we are now going to add the foam. So the way to do this first is I want to add the foam from the ocean modifier. First I'm going to go ahead and save my file. So I'll just save it to my desktop here. And ocean with foam tutorial. Okay, I think I spelled that wrong, but whatever. As I go in and start doing things like with the internals of Blender, transferring things from nodes from the ocean, from Dynamic Paint, all combining it, sometimes it gets a little bit more unstable than normal, so just be aware of that. So it's just a good practice to save. It hasn't, I think it crashed like once or twice in my entire thing of testing, and I was doing some weird stuff, so I wouldn't be too worried about it, but just always be in the habit of saving just in case. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit generate foam, and that does absolutely nothing. If you are in Blender Internal, you can go ahead and add a texture for this, but you can't do that here. But the cool thing is it's really, really easy to get this inside Cycles. All you have to do is foam data to layer name. I'm just going to type in foam. There we go. Now, the only way to get this is not a texture, but instead an attribute. So an attribute can import things like vertex paint, etc. You know, just basically random stuff. It can import UV maps. If you have multiple UV maps, then you can do that. It's really, really handy node. Definitely play around, see what you can get into Cycles with it. And in this case, I can get foam. Okay, so all I do is type that in there, add a shader, diffuse. I'm going to plug in the color and stick that in there so we can just see what's going on. So there we go, we have our foam. That is the gist of it for now. You can play with the coverage, so if I turn that up to like 0.2, you can see that it's just going to add more and more foam as it goes along. A couple things that influence foam that you need to be aware of is the choppiness. Say if I change that to 1, you're going to get a whole lot less, and if I change that to 2, then you're going to get a lot more. So I think I had that at like 1.8, something like that, 1.75. So just be aware that those two definitely influence it, and the resolution does as well. So if I change that to like 8, you see I'm going to get this pixelated, nasty looking foam, and it's all blurry. And if I change this to say 20, I'll get a bunch of sharp looking foam, which looks okay, still doesn't look all that great, and it's still dependent on the resolution of the mesh.